Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sulistomi Fatin, and I'm from Diploma 4, Digital Office Administration, Class A 2019, Faculty of Economics, State University of Jakarta. In this video, I would like to presentation about my final internship report at Badan Kepegawaian Negara. Next, company overview at Badan Kepegawaian Negara. So, Badan Kepegawaian Negara is located on Maijen Sutoyo Street, number 12, East Jakarta. Next slide, I would like to explain about the history of Badan Kepegawaian Negara. So, Badan Kepegawaian Negara is non-ministerial government agency in Indonesia that manage state personnel. BKN was originally formed, namely during the colonial period. The Office of Employee Affairs or Kantor Urusan Pegawai is the origin of BKN, which was formed on May 30, 1948. Through Government Regulation Number 32 of 1972, Kantor Urusan Pegawai in charge of personnel affairs was changed to State Personnel Administration Agency or BAKN. Currently, the name BAKN has been changed to the National Civil Service Agency or Badan Kepegawaian Negara. Next slide. This is the logo of Badan Kepegawaian Negara. Next, the organizational structure at Badan Kepegawaian Negara. There are Head of Badan Kepegawaian Negara, Deputy Head, Main Secretariat, Bureau, Deputy, Directorate, and Inspectorate. Vision and mission of Badan Kepegawaian Negara. Vision, realizing professional and integrity aparatur sipil negara, managers to support the achievement of an advanced Indonesia that is sovereign, independent, and has a personality based on mutual cooperation. Mission, first, fostering the implementation of ASN management. Second, implementation of ASN management. Third, storage of ASN employee information. Fourth, supervision and control ASN management norms, standards, procedures, and criteria. And fifth, developing and optimizing BKN's internal management system. Next slide. The organizational culture at Badan Kepegawaian Negara called berakhlak. There are service-oriented, accountable, competent, harmony, loyal, adaptive, and collaborative. Next, I would like to explain about business fields of Badan Kepegawaian Negara. According to Article 2 of Regulation of the Head of the State Civil Service Agency or Badan Kepegawaian Negara, number 19 of 2014, BKN has the task of carrying out government duties in the field of state personnel management by the provisions of the legislation. Next, I would like to explain about implementation of fieldwork practices. Division of work. Practitioners are placed at ASN, Information System, Construction and Development Directorate, especially in the field of archives. The work carried out includes classifying active and inactive archives, classifying archives codes, and entering archive list on Microsoft Excel. Field of work that the practitioner does is archives, data processing, secretariat, and office automation. Next slide. Work implementation, archives. There are 3 activities in the archives field. First, classifying archives codes. Archive classification code is a sign or symbol in the function structure that serves to assist in preparing the identity layout in the archive. The work is done by classifying code archives by unit of work and unit function assignment. Second, create a list of active archives. Active archive is an archive that is still used in work activities or organization of administration, and it's still stored in the processing unit because it will be needed continuously for information materials. The purpose of making a list of active archives is to make it easier for employees to find record if they need it. This work step is that the practitioner is given the documents to be archived and then enters the required data in the list of active archives in Microsoft Excel. And third, create a list of inactive archives. Inactive archives are archives that have decreased in the frequency of use and are not used continuously or are only useful as reference material. The inactive ASN PPSI archive is calculated after a period of 2 years, the year 2020 and below. This work is done by the practitioner by separating the inactive files and then entering the required data into the list of inactive files in Microsoft Excel. Next, work implementation secretariat is receiving phone. Answer a ringing phone, usually a call from the receptionist. The receptionist asks for help in calling a PPSI employee to meet guests in the waiting room, and the practitioner conveyed the message to the employee concerned. Next, work implementation of data processing. There is data recap, input and recap agency data that have not utilized digital signatures. The practitioner obtains agency data documents that have not utilized digital signatures from employees. Then the practitioner recaps the data into Microsoft Excel according to each regional office. Next slide, work implementation office automation. That is activity that aims to increase productivity by planning and combining a technology through improving an implementation process. There are 2 activities in the office automation field. First, operating scanners. Scan files through the scanner engine. The practitioner starts the machine and then performs file scanning activities. Second, printing the document. Printing the document using an automatic machine. The practitioner prints out the document provided by the staff. In carrying out internship activities at Badan Kepegawaian Negara, the practitioner experienced several obstacles, including the archive storage is still not neatly organized and lack of mastery of some of the work given. The conclusion of the obstacles is first, tidy up and sort old archives or inactive archives, and suggest adding hanging folder to be placed in the filing cabinet. And the second one is trying to find out the right way to do the task. If still having difficulties, ask an employee who understands more about the job. Next, I would like to explain about the discrepancy at Badan Kepegawaian Negara. First, archive storage is still not neatly organized. During college, the practitioner gains knowledge regarding archival storage, where it is said that archival storage is very important. However, at the place where the practitioner carried out this from internship activities, there were still files that were placed in the wrong place. And the second one is lack of mastery of some of the work given. When practitioners are taught courses while on campus, it may be easier to understand because we haven't been implemented directly. However, when internship, the practitioner has difficulties such as error formulas at Microsoft Excel and the archives codes that are too broad. In addition, in the business communication course, it is explained that one of the purpose of interpersonal communication is for guidance or counseling facilities, but practitioners are still not flexible to do it. Next slide, the contribution to the place of internship. First, provide suggestion for adding hanging folders that are placed in the filing cabinet. Second, help do the task assigned efficiently. Third, helps classify archives and list active and inactive archives. Fourth, helping to recap against the data that hasn't utilized digital signatures. And the last one is help tidy up and separate between active archives and inactive archives. Next, conclusion. Practitioner do internship at the State Civil Service Agency or Badan Kepegawaian Negara, Directorate of Construction and Development of ASN Information Systems, especially the archives section. The placement of the division is by the practitioner's major, namely Digital Office Administration. Courses taught during lectures can be applied during an internship. For example, in the archives, secretariat, data processing, and office automation. So, this is all about the explanation of my final internship report. Thank you for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.